Answer the phone and throw your red dress on. Meet me out on the lawn. Come on, come on, climb my truck. I'm saving a couple bucks, yeah. Tonight from luck, you know. So let's roll all night. We gonna roll until the morning light. I see that look in your eye now, baby girl, don't lie. Don't you say you never done this before? Well, darling, can't you see what you done to me? And I ain't gonna hide the way I feel no more. So let's roll all night. We gonna roll until the morning light. Let's roll.
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, we're asphalt racing with the Bluegrass Truck Series for the Bluegrass 150 here at Talladega, as qualifying is going on right now. First on the track, in truck number 18 is Gary Jarosky. And I'll get these right by the end of the season, that's for sure. Don't worry about that. First night is really going to be tough for us. Michael Provault and truck number 95 heading onto the track here at Talladega. Qualifying on the board. Want to thank these fine sponsors sponsoring this season with the Bluegrass Truck Series. You got Kinder Performance Group, Blanchard Towing Services. He's sponsoring all the caution flags. Then we got Buck Kicker, Hoffman Designs. And then tonight's hard charger is going to be Red Rocket, Rocket to the Front Hard Charger Award. That'll be given a little later on tonight. There's Tyler Peacock in the 81 truck. Bobby Hall Jr. in the 94 truck. All right, Gary comes in. Second quickest look at Pro Vault. Newbert now top with a 56.23. Adam Newbert in the 17 machine. My co-host BJ Duvall will be here a little bit later on. He's trying to qualify in for the Pro Series, so we'll see how well he does. I'm sure he can let us know. But he's the man with all the brains. There's Ed Osborne in the 42 truck. Chris Blanchard goes quick time with a 56.14. Bobby Machewski there in the 72 machine goes second quick. Keith Hackney in the 69 truck on the track. I want to thank everybody tuning into the Bluegrass Facebook page, the Bluegrass YouTube, UDTV Facebook, UDTV YouTube, and DirtFan.com. Keith Hackney goes 9th quickest. There's Justin White on the track in the 2. There's Josh Lockwood in the 6 machine. Chris Blanchard, Wes Wingen, Nathan Mascroft. There you got Ed Osborne and Bobby, your top 5 right now in qualifying. Josh Lockwood goes 18th quickest. Brett Nielsen, he's currently sitting 12th on the board. Logan Smith in the 85 machine. Jason Bridges in the 34 truck on the track. Putting down a time. So far, 24 drivers have timed in. David Brackett goes second quickest in truck number 38. Chris Blanchard still top of the charts with a 56.14. Travis Twitty there in the 29 truck. Down the back straightaway. And there's Charles Barnes on the back straightaway in the 22. Josh Abe there goes second quickest in the 06 machine. David Brackett in third. Wes Wingen and Daniel Worthington, your top 5. Brad Gibhart in 6th. Nathan Mashcroft, Ed Osborne, your top 8. Travis Twitty goes 28th quickest right now. Casey Barlow goes up to second quick in the 13. Eight more trucks left to qualify, putting down a qualifying time. There's Charles Barnes again in the 22. And if we mess up some names tonight, it's okay. We got a whole season to get them right. That's for sure. So don't worry about that. Let us know. We'll be glad to correct it. Left to qualify is CJ Mason, Michael McCooley, Cody Verrill, Kyle Harbin, Ron Morris Jr., Alex Haley. Then you got Jeremiah Hobbs and Joey Doucet. There we go. Left to qualify. As qualifying's be over just momentarily. Going back up, Chris Blanchard, Casey Barlow, Josh Abe, David Brackett, Wes Wingen, and Daniel Worthington. Brad Gibhart, Nathan Mashcroft, Ed Osborne, Bobby Machuski. All right, here is your qualifying results on the board. As we get ready for your starting grid tonight. On the pole will be Chris Blanchard, Ed, Casey Barlow. Row number 2 be Josh Abe, Ed, David Brackett. Row number 3 be Wes Wingen, Ed, Daniel Worthington. Rolling off 7th be Brad Gibhart, and then Nathan Mashcroft will roll off 8th. Ed Osborne, Ed, Bobby Machuski will roll off 10th. Ryan Sizemore in the 51 will roll off 11th. Night with Bobby Hall Jr. in the 94 rolling off 12th. Rolled off 13th to be Alan Duranco, Ed, TJ Hanley. Rolling off 15th to be Josh Clemens, Ed Charles Barnes. Rolling off 16th in a 22 truck. 17th tonight be Robbie Richards in the 48. Adam Newbert in the 17 will roll off 18th. 19th be Josh Lockwood in the 6. And 20th tonight be Michael Proval in the 95. 21st be Brett Nelson. And 22nd tonight would be Jerry Jarosky in the 18. Keith Hackney in the 69 be rolling off 23rd with Tyler Peacock, 24th tonight. 25th be Justin Hall and Brian Terry in the 31 roll off 26th. David Proctor in the 9 truck roll off 27th with Logan Smith roll off 28th. Travis Twitty Roll off 29th with Jason Bridges in the 34 truck. Roll it off 30th. Justin White in the 2 truck. Roll off 31st. And Alex Haley roll off 32nd tonight in the 97 machine. 33rd tonight. Rolling off be Kyle Harbin in the 23. And to his outside, 34th starting position, it will be Joey Dushti in the 16. We'll get clarification on that one. 35th be Cody Verrill, and 36 would be Ron Morris Jr. 37 be CJ Mason, Jeremiah Hobbs, and Michael McCooley round out your field. Casey Barlow in the 13 machine, starting on the outside with Chris Blanchard on the pole. Lights are out. We're going to let them loose this time by. Bobby Machewski. All right, Gary Zorski. All right. Here we go. And what's really weird tonight is trading paints. All right, pace car is in. Blanchard and Barlow bringing us to the green. Probably next time by. We'll see. Down the back straightaway. Long pace laps here at Talladega. Want to welcome all the dirt people on the UDTV for tuning in tonight. Something a little different. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday here on Ultimate Dirt TV. My co-host, I call him the brains of the asphalt. He'll be joining me shortly after he gets through with his pro qualifying. Try to run Pro late model or super late models as the qualifiers of the Pro Series coming up in July. All right, that delayed the start, but this time the pace car is looking to make the hard left-hand turn. Chris Blanchard and Casey Barlow, your front row. What in the world? There we go. Hitting too many buttons here, I guess. Green flag is out. Casey Barlow, Chris Blanchard. Joe Abe in the 6 truck. He's giving Blanchard a push. Blanchard with the early race lead. Josh Abe in second. They got Casey Barlow in third on the high side. Wes Wingen in the 88 truck. The 38 is David Brackett. He's behind the 13 of Casey Barlow. Chris Blanchard and Joe Abe out front, the top 3 single file. Now top 4, Brad Gebhardt in the 44 truck in the 4th position. Casey Barlow on the outside. The outside line's losing that momentum. As David Worthington there in the 113 machine. He moves up to that 5th position as the outside line is dropping quickly. Take a little further back throughout the field. Charles Barnes currently running 17th in the 22 truck. There you see Josh Lockwood there in the 6. 2x2 action throughout the back end of the pack. The 76 truck of Ron Morris Jr. currently running 34th, but back out front, it's Chris Blanchard continuing to lead on lap number 3 with Josh Abe and Wes Wingen. Brad Gebhardt in 3rd, Daniel Worthington in 5th. Ed Osborne, Ryan Sizemore up to 7th. Alan Duranco currently running 8th with Josh Clemens in the 7 truck, currently running 9th. And here gets Casey Barlow getting a good push from David Brackett there. In the tri-oval, this is 11th on back, while out front is single file. Looking inside the cockpit of Wes Wingen there as he's pushing Josh Abe in the draft. That really shows you how steep this banking is here at Talladega. You're watching the Bluegrass 150, the Bluegrass Truck Series. Josh Abbey. There we go. Josh Abbey. Especially want to thank Red Rocket. Building and Barbecue sponsoring the Hard Charger tonight. Red Rocket, rocket to the front. That'll be announced a little bit later on tonight. Getting a little dicey there. We're about 13th and 14th on the board. There you see Keith Hackney on the outside, 3 wide. With TJ Hanley. Now we got a battle for the lead down the back straightaway. Chris Blanchard pulling to the inside. Josh Abbey there taking the race lead. There's Charles Barnes on the outside in that 22. 3 wide for the race lead. As here comes Casey Barlow. He was your outside pole sitter tonight. Running the middle there. Josh Abbey falling back a tad bit on the inside line. There you see Casey Barlow moving to the inside. And where did Keith Hackney come from? Up 19 positions. Keith Hackney in the 69 truck, currently running 4th. As we're on lap number 7 of this 54 lap race. And I hear clicking.
I have finally made it.
All right, there's my co-hosts. We got another battle for the race lead. Casey Barnes under attack by Charles Barnes under attack by Casey Barlow there. Barlow on the inside. He's getting pushed by David Brackett in the 38 truck. Keith Hackney trying to push and push the 22 of Charles Barnes. As of right now, coming out of the turn number 2, it's Charles Barnes down the back straightaway.
Right, this moment's looking like the high line is going to be the more dominant line. As you see, just 4 trucks up there managed to make it ahead and allow the 22 of Barnes to make it down on the inside line and take that lead away.
Casey Barlow in the 13. I will tell you this. It's been a good race so far. 8 good laps. Hard racing up front, and definitely with some good hard racing towards the middle of the pack. As right now, they're starting to string out a little bit. Mid-pack, as mid-pack's all in single file. And BJ, you know, the Mama Tried, we saw that. When would we get time to see pit stops? Would you see it?
Well, something tells me that pit stops are going to be happening very, very soon. And that's something being right about the time you said that. I heard somebody mic up and say that they were pitting. So I'm going to guess that there's going to be a slew of trucks coming in towards pit road here very, very soon.
Charles Barnes continues to lead, getting pushed by the 13 of Casey Barlow. Keith Hackney on the outside, getting pushed by the 5 truck and Nathan Mascroft. David Brackett, Josh Abbey there in 6th. TJ Hanley, Brian Terry, and Ryan Sizemore. West Wingen, your top 10.
That entire top 10, you could pretty much just throw a blanket over as they are all staying 2x2, nose to tail in that draft and just keeping things moving right along. You see a lap car come up onto the track there into turn number 3 up ahead of them. That could change up things drastically when this pack comes around to them.
We look at Keith Hackney, the 13 of Casey Barlow. He was your outside pole sitter. He's sitting right now in that 4th position on the inside as Keith Hackney gets around the 22 of Charles Barnes, pulls to the inside. Now the 5 machine of Nathan Mascroft on the outside. He's getting pushed by the 08 of TJ Hanley.
Still running 2x2. You see that inside line get the surge through the turns. The outside line is actually starting to fall back now. It doesn't look like it's quite as dominant right now. You see them move up to try to get a little bit of draft off of that lap car as they go down the back straightaway. Lap car showing a lot of respect and moving up high, allowing these drivers to come around on the inside of him and maintain their momentum.
Definitely momentum as we complete lap number 11. As trucks go through the tri-oval there. Keith Hackney, your race leader, with Charles Barnes in second, Nathan Mashcroft in third. As you're right, BJ, these trucks are single filed out. The ones that got lapped have already made their pit stop.
And you know, that could be a strategy that they're working on. We saw, I believe it was 250 miles or 100 laps in the Mama Tried race before. And, well, they've cut it down to 54 laps this time. And it sounds like there's quite a few drivers calling out that they're going to be pitting this time by. Quite a few drivers actually calling out. So pit stops coming around here very, very quickly as they're coming down the front straightaway now.
2x2 action up front. And you know, BJ, if you're on the outside and, you know, if you want to make a pit stop pretty soon, you're going to have to try to figure out how to get on the inside line.
Yeah, it becomes very, very tricky when you're running side by side like that. You either got to fall back or you've got to pray that the outside line gets one heck of a surge so you can get down in front of that outside line. That can also cause a lot of problems. A lot of times that inside line is going to be moving very, very fast to try to keep their momentum, try to keep their pace up.
13 laps in the books. Brad Gebhardt leaving pit road. So is the 94 of Bobby Hall Jr., Wes Wingen, and Daniel Worthington, and Josh White. As these drivers just made their pit stop. As your lead pack, Keith Hackney pulling in to make his pit stop. Turn over the lead to Nathan Mashcroft. You're Mashcroft, BJ. Right now, you're on the outside. You're battling Casey Barlow. You're on lap number 14. What do you do?
At this point in time, if I'm Nathan Mashcroft, I'm going to move to the extreme outside and let the trucks behind me go by, and I'm going to tuck in behind, try to save as much fuel as possible, and get as far ahead as possible. That way you can drop in, take fuel, and get out quickly and hope that somebody goes with you.
Definitely. You know, one thing about it here at Talladega, it has some good racing. Oh, look at Mashcroft now. Goes to the inside. He leaves Ryan Sizemore hanging up there on the top with the 95. That is Michael Provalt there. Mashcroft pulls to the inside. Adam Newbert there. You're now your race leader into 17. With Tyler Peacock, Ryan Sizemore there. So I got a question for you, BJ. You're good with names, right?
Sometimes.
How do you say Joey's last name?
Joey. Let me find Joey
He's
here.
currently running fourth.
Currently running fourth. Joey. Oh, just jumped around on me. Joey Ducetti or Doucette. I'm thinking Joey Doucette.
Joey Doucette. All right. Tyler Peacock, your race leader. Yes, Justin Cole, this is some asphalt racing. We're going to be covering every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Tyler Peacock now pulls to pit road. Actually, a whole slew of them down pit road. And one thing you really got to be watching out for, BJ, you don't want to get caught speeding, that's for sure. As Casey Barlow in ninth in the 13 truck, down the back straightaway. If you can get around, well, actually now it's Bobby Hall Jr. Gets around him. As they come out turn number 4. All these trucks in the last lap to pitted, they'll be coming off pit road momentarily. And Bobby Hall Jr. should pick up the lead going into turn number 1.
Should be. It all depends on how it rolls out for him. Tyler Peacock is still listed as the leader, and I do have confirmation. It is Doucette. It is Doucette. I have confirmation from the league owner. Trying to think of his name, actually. Jason.
Don't forget the league owner's name. Well, look at Bobby Hall Jr. taking the race lead down the back straightaway. In that 94 truck, he's getting pushed by Wes Wingen, Brad Gebhardt, Tyler Peacock, and Keith Hackney. Your top 5. Hackney to the outside of Peacock. There's a lap truck, the 8 machine. Let's take a look a little further back in the pack. 15th, David Brackett, Justin Hall. In the 93, currently running 16th. Nathan Mashcroft in the 5, currently running 17th. A little further back, there's Chris Blanchard, currently running 19th. Brian Terry, 26th. David Proctor. And Logan Smith running 28th. But meanwhile, up front, it's getting hairy, BJ.
Ooh. Yeah, you seen there, Hall looked like he might have got a little bit of a bump, which sent him down to the bottom. They're almost 4 wide momentarily there. You just saw drivers thinking better of it, remaining just 3 wide, holding on to it, doing a very good job. Good job by Hall to hold on to it and hold the lead while saving a truck.
Oh, Hall!
Hall through the grass.
And he saves it. Casey Barlow, now your race leader. He was at your outside pole sitter. He moves to the inside. With the West Wing in there in the 88 truck. Josh Abbey in the 06. Hackney to the outside. 3 wide for second. 3 wide for fourth.
The drivers holding a lot of 3 wide action here. It's not something you see very often, especially at Talladega. Talladega does not feel as wide as it looks when you're inside that truck, and these drivers are doing a fantastic job as it looks as though the 69 of Hackney is going to get left out to dry all the way on that extreme outside. Look for a gap to move in.
Heath Hackney, you see him there. Now he moves down the lane. He dropped back to 10th position. Right now, the field up front is tight 2 by 2, BJ, with Casey Barlow out front with Wes Wingen.
Wes Wigan. And
there you go.
and Casey Barlow doing a fantastic job staying nose to tail. Got that entire inside row pushing them. They are doing a great job staying in line. One thing I've got to wonder is, how are they looking on their oil tanks?
Well, you know, it's always a curiosity, huh? As you're on the gyro cam of the 88 of West, pushing Casey Barlow. How about Tyler Peacock in 5th, up 19 positions?
Tyler Peacock is always a strong truck when it comes to the super speedways. I've raced with him several times. He's always ran really well at the super speedways. He runs well on the other tracks as well, but I always see him up front every time I've raced with him on a super speedway. Very talented driver. Can't wait to see how he does throughout the rest of the 35 laps we got going.
Well, the outside line, it isn't falling back, but it's right there. Casey Barlow, your race leader. You know, we got to broadcast the Bobatride there, you know. We saw some of these drivers in that race, BJ.
We did, one of them being Tyler Peacock, and he ran up front most of the night for the Mama Tried. And you see him once again now up there in the top 10, having a good charge and ready to do it again.
As you see those lap trucks, the leaders have to get around them. Down the back straightaway. Casey Barlow goes to the middle. They dicing it up front.
They really are. You see drivers moving all over the place, shaking and stirring, trying to find the best way to get through this field. You see Tyler Peacock move to the outside. He's running in 3rd right now as they head towards the stripe. Move him back to 4th as the 44 of... Oh, he's not 44 on the ticker, I don't think. He is Brad Gebhardt, I believe.
Yep, Brad Gebhardt in the 44 truck. On the inside now, pushing Casey Barlow. On the outside is Wes. You gotta wonder, was Wes getting a little hot there? He had to get out from underneath him, get some of that fresh air as they go down the back straightaway. Look at the 3 lines starting to form.
Drivers, especially the ones on the outside, taking a big gamble to look 3 wide going around some of these turns. You see Wes Wagon leading the middle row and Casey Barlow leading the inside row. But Tyler Peacock on the extreme outside is actually falling back with just 3 trucks out there. Everybody else has got 5 to 8 trucks in their line, just keeping them moving right along, keeping up a lot more speeds, leaving those guys out to dry on the extreme outside.
Definitely. These drivers are giving it everything they got. Going into turn number 1. West try to battle the outside, try to get Josh Abbey to give him a good push. Nathan Bashcroft in 5th position in the 5 truck with TJ Hanley. He's currently running 7th. Keith Hackney try to get the upper line going as a 3 wide.
This has been several times now. Ouch, I just bit my tongue. It's been several times now we've seen the extreme outside row try to form and not quite able to get it going. You see drivers keep moving up there and then they just end up falling back. It's either attempt to cool down their truck, or it's hopes that it'll really get going as caution flag waves.
All right. I believe that's going to end your stage. And give it to the 88. Say his last name, BJ. You got this.
Wigand.
All right. Casey Barlow. In the 13 truck.
Wait, Wigand or Wigand?
I said Wigand. You said Wigand. So I don't know.
If Jason, if you can confirm that one more time, if it's Wigand or Wigand. I think Wigand is what he has written.
All right, Wigand.
Yeah.
Wins that stage of the 88 truck. Casey Barlow, Josh Abbey, Brad Gibbhart, Nathan Mashcroft, your top 5. Then you got Keith Hackney, TJ Henley, Charles Barnes, Ryan Sizemore, and Adam Newbert, your top 10. Did you see these drivers coming in? Down to pit road. They get 4 sets of tires. All right. Well, it's a little quiet on the thing. It's been a nice, good race so far.
Has been a very good race. A lot of side-by-side battling, which we love to see. That's one of the reasons I absolutely love the super speedways. It almost always stays side-by-side. I'm actually trying to get confirmation right now as to whether or not these guys are running full fuel or whether they are running 50%. Okay, so these guys are more than likely going to be looking at one more pit stop after this, running half tanks of fuel. And it is wig end.
Wig end. Okay. Casey Barlow gets out of pit lane first with Keith Hackney, Charles Barnes, Wes Wingen, and Josh Abbey. Brad Gibbhart, Nathan Mashcroft, Ryan Sizemore, TJ Hanley, Cody Verl rounds out your top 10. Don't forget, Blanchard's Towing sponsors the cautions tonight. We haven't had one. We'll go ahead and put them on the screen.
And the gunner just messaged me. Wigand is available for interview.
Oh.
So I'm going to bring him up. Try to anyways. It's a long way down. I hope he doesn't mind it going ba-ding a few times. He's there, and now he is here. There we go. Alrighty. Got Wes Wigand, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, we got Wes Wiggin here in the booth with us.
First off,
and he
Wes,
is-
you don't mind I renamed you a couple times, do you?
I honestly haven't heard you, man. So
All right.
it is what it is.
Good deal. Good deal. Go ahead, BJ.
But Wes, you got a strong truck. You've been running up front ever since I've made it here. I was a little late to the booth, but been running up front most of the time, doing good. What's the game plan here, looking towards the rest of this race?
We know we got one more pit stop for sure. If the cautions fall correctly, we can save some fuel. We should only have to pit one more time. Try to get with my teammates. We're kind of spread out in the field, so try to get with them and, try to keep us up and go to the front, stay at the front.
Alrighty, and that is Wes Wiggin. What channel were you in? Because it doesn't want to scroll for me while I'm trying to move you, so I kind of have to go channel to channel to get you down there. What channel were you in?
Team Flex Motorsports.
Team Flex Motorsport. All right, that is Wes Wiggin for Team Flex Motorsports. Thank you very much for hopping up in the booth. We'll get you back down there as I see the lights are out.
Lights are out. Keith Hackney on the outside. Casey Barlow. He started on outside front row when we took the initial green flag. He will actually bring the field to green as drivers down the long back straightaway, BJ. You talked about you bit your tongue a little bit. Just think if you're running up front, you're leading the race here at Talladega. I'd be more than biting my tongue.
Absolutely. I think every time I've ever ran up front at Talladega or Daytona or any of the super speedways, anytime I've ever gotten up front, especially on a restart, I am literally shaking, sitting there thinking, am I going to get taken out? Am I going to have a good push? Am I going to screw up and hit that apron and take somebody else out? That is my biggest fear, is messing up and taking somebody else out. I can't imagine sitting there and running for points, running up there anywhere within the top 5, getting ready for this restart.
Casey Barlow bringing us to the green flag from Salina, Kansas.
I'm liking his hat.
Yeah. Bud? Talking about we're fixing to go green, the pace car is fixing to make that hard left. If I was leading up or in the top 10 at least, I might need an extra pair of britches at some point.
I could see that out of you, Steve. If I remember correctly, it's been quite a while since you've been in the top 10 of a race, so yeah, I could see that.
I'm one of those one-hit wonders. You know what I mean? When you least expect it, I put a whooping on. We're back to racing here at Talladega with Barlow getting a good jump on Hackney. There's Charles Barnes in the 22. Looking to the inside of Hackney, the 88 of Wes Wiggin moves down to the inside. Oh, there goes Keith Hackney. He now moves into the inside as Wes gave him some room as your top 5 are single filed out. Well, momentarily, but now down the back straightaway. Look at Charles Barnes with a power move to the outside with Hackney pushing on.
Yeah, you got Hackney with a great shove to the 22 of Barnes. They're moving forward very fast. Man, I really like Keith Hackney's truck. That is right up my alley.
I know. Anything pink is up your alley, but you better watch out because the 51 of Ryan Sizemore, he's getting pushed by Nathan Mashcroft there on the outside. He's trying to make something happen.
And he's doing a great job there on the outside, leading that charge. Drivers filing in behind him. Those guys are moving very quickly down the straightaways. You see the surge through the turn from the inside row. The outside row, you'll see him come fighting back and roaring back down the straightaway here.
Down the back straightaway, the 6 of Josh Abbey on the inside there, trying to make it 3 wide, almost 4 wide. This is totally different from dirt track racing. When we see 5 wide, we know, oh no, the 18 truck.
And the green flag now turns to yellow.
All right. Caution out on the speedway. Actually, the caution is for the 113 of Daniel Worthington, bringing out that caution.
Just about everybody else you see do a great job to stay out of it. Oh, it looks like there was action going up ahead of him, and that was caused from the checkup truck behind the 113 of... Who was that again? Daniel Worthington just gets tagged from behind.
As that's
right
the
there.
18 truck that was of Gary. Let's see. Looked like he got a little push from behind. Comes down. Your first caution of the night brought to you by Blanchard's Towing. Give them a call at 207-817-0105. Blanchard's Towing sponsoring the caution tonight. Actually, all season long, BJ.
Hey, it's always nice when you have sponsors to help you get through the series, and it's nice for the sponsors to get that promotion as well.
Definitely.
I'm trying to figure out how to say Gary's last name. Jezorski?
All right, it is. Let's see here. Hold on.
I think it's Jezorski.
Jezorski. Jezorski. There you go. We said it together.
Right. Hey! And Steve actually told me how to pronounce the name. That's gotta be one for the record books.
Shh, don't tell anybody. It was because Jason told me earlier.
That's cheating.
As pit stops are underway, Casey Barlow, Josh Abbey, Wes Wiegand, Brad Gibhart, and Cody Verrill. Your top five. Cody up 30 spots since the start of the race.
I'm glad you can still tell where they're at, because my overlays have gone absolutely nuts again.
Well, BJ, got a question for you. Do you got any?
All right.
You got anybody that you haven't scared off down there and further down the booth?
That's a really good question.
You know, not
Who's
in the
leading
booth.
right now? Barlow.
Yeah, Casey Barlow.
Barlow is down there. Well, I will go and check and see if he's good for an interview before I bring him up here.
See, normally I don't ask for permission. I just grab and take, and you know that's maybe my downfall. But as BJ's over the radio trying to communicate with him, see if it's okay for an interview.
All right, Casey Barlow is on his way in. All right. We got Casey Barlow here in the booth now. He's our current race leader in that number 13 machine. Casey, this truck is looking strong out there. Got any worries or concerns, or you think you've got this one set up?
Well, only worries and concerns is we're racing Talladega, right?
So that means you brought 3 pairs of underwear, correct?
Oh man, I got it all, man. I got Depends, I got everything here.
And maybe a shot for later, right?
Oh no, we took the shot before.
Oh, there you go. Well, start on the outside front row. I mean, and you've been up front most of the race.
Yeah, you know, 2 1,000ths of a second off the pole, I think, on the outside there. So I tried to do what I could to be at the front. Usually sit at the back of these races, but decided this week or this time we're going to try and run to the front. I want to give a big shout out to my team owner, my charter owner here, Brian Terry. He put a lot of faith in me putting this 13 at the front, so that's what I'm here to try and do for him all night.
All right, Casey, we're going to let you go. Good luck, because you're going green out of 4.
Thank you, guys.
You were in Syndicate, correct?
Yes.
All right, we'll get you back down there.
Josh Abbey will restart on the outside in the 6 machine. There's Wes and Brad in row number 2. Ryan and Cody in row number 3. Justin and Logan Smith. Haven't talked much about Logan Smith in that 85 truck. He's up 21 positions to the start of the race, currently running 7th.
My overlays are all sorts of nuts because this shows me that he's up 31 spots. Hey, there you see Taylor Peacock. He is actually questioning right now as to where he's supposed to be, as he is currently running in 22nd.
22nd, these drivers are doubled up as we fixing to go back to green flag racing. Want to give a shout out to Buck Kicker, Hoffman Designs, Blanchard's Towing, Hinder Performance Group, Roasted Jim's Coffee, and your hard charger sponsor tonight, the Red Rocket Building and Barbecue.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, he sounded just like the announcer at my local track when he goes over the sponsors as well, and it was really cool and kind of brought me back to home for a second there. As we're getting ready to go back to green, you saw the pace car dive off. You got Barlow getting ready to lead him back with Abe on his outside.
2 by 2. Good start Casey Barlow gets. Josh, Abby, you know, you've got to wonder, did he get caught sleeping there? As he should pull to the inside going into the 1. With West in that second spot, Brad Gibbhart in 4th, and Cody, your top 5. Out of turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway. Single foul. Ado BJ, what has to be really rough there. You're running in 5th. This is using, for example, your single file. There ain't much you really can see out of these trucks.
No, there's really not, especially when you're up that tight to the back bumper of the car in front of you. You pretty much just see the spoiler when you get up really close to it. You see it right there. Most of that track is gone for that of, we were looking off of Verrill right here. All he sees is the back of that truck, and the yellow line is inside to gauge where he is going.
Definitely single file right now with your top 8. You got a couple on the top side. Looks like the 5 of Nathan Mashcroft there, with TJ Hanley giving the push on the outside.
First truck since the restart to try the outside. Now you got more of them filing up there, hoping to get that charge up towards the front. Can't help but wonder if some of these trucks up here in the front are going to file on up there, seeing that coming. And there's one right there. That is going to be the, I can't tell who that is. Looks like the 11?
Yeah, the 11. That's Cody.
Of Barrel.
Yeah. He gets to the front of the 5 of Nathan Mashcroft. And see some other people there moving to the top side there. They're going to try and get the top side of rolling. Rolling down the river.
All right, and we got Steve singing in the booth. And that was about the longest single file run that I've seen of this race since I've joined Steve here in the booth tonight. And now we are back double file. The outside row starting to look good, starting to look strong, slowly, very slowly starting to work their way forward to go battle for the lead position.
Definitely right now, Casey Barlow still continues to lead. Josh Abbey in second. Now look at Cody Verrill in the 11 truck, getting pushed by Nathan Mashcroft in the 5, trying to make something happen here. And at the line, it was Casey barely. That outside line, BJ, is coming.
That outside line is coming. It is coming fast and strong, as you'll see them through the turns. As we mentioned it earlier, the inside row, you see them get that run through the turn, but here comes the outside with the speed and the momentum that they were able to keep up running the high side, getting that strong surge down the back straightaway.
Look at this. You want excitement, you better think about it. We are down to 20 laps to go, BJ. Are pit stops in the question?
I do think that these guys are going to have to go for at least one more pit stop. They are cutting it close, really, really close with their last caution. The guys that pitted in the last caution, which was pretty much the entire field, if I remember correctly, with just a few trucks left out. And the trucks that were stayed out are going to be praying for another caution.
So it's fixing to get hairy, get dicey. It's something you don't want to miss. Make sure you're tuned in. Make sure you share out with your friends. Hit that like and follow button. You're watching live on UltimateDirtTV's Facebook page, Bluegrass Facebook page, Bluegrass YouTube, and UDTV YouTube, and DirtFan.com. You don't want to miss it. Tomorrow night and Wednesday night, more asphalt action with the Bluegrass iRacing series, all at Talladega for their opening week. DJ, look at the 94 there. Bobby Hall Jr. He's out on that high side there, and he hasn't really dropped back much.
No, he really hasn't. He is doing a great job managing to get that side draft off of him. But he's kind of got to pray. If he wants to get down there and get that side draft, he's kind of got to pray that those guys on the inside manage to maintain their line as well, as he's going to fall in line with the outside row right there.
He's falling in 3 wide down the back straightaway into turn number 3. That's 3 wide. For second on back, Casey Barlow continues to lead. Bill Miller says the big one is coming too. Well, I don't know if he's talking about a big man's coming or the big wreck.
Oh boy. Oh boy. But Bill is probably right. The big one does always come here at Talladega. As I mentioned during the Mama Tried, it is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And we've not seen it yet with 17 laps to go. If we don't see it, it's definitely got to go in the record books.
Well, you know, we look a little further back, currently running 13th is Ryan Sizemore. He was running up front a little while ago. And look at Tyler Peacock. He was up front at the beginning of this race in the 81 truck, currently running 22nd on the board. And then you have a 4-car breakaway, or 4-car pack further back with Justin White in the 2 truck, leading that over Josh Clemens, Josh Lockwood, and Alex Haley.
Those drivers are going to be trying their best to stay in that single file line and get caught up to the pack. Running a qualifying line is going to be their best bet. In other words, coming just a little bit up off the yellow line as they come out of the turns and then suck right back down to it, down the straightaways. As you see it back up front, 2x2, and a battle for the lead going on. That is between, and get my overlays back up, Charles Barnes and Casey Barlow. Once again, those drivers back at it.
Casey Barlow on the outside, getting the push from Keith Hackney. We know Hackney, he's been good at pushing tonight. He's pushing a lot of drivers to the lead. And now, you see him, 2x2, coming to the line with 15 laps to go. Coming down to the closing stages here, the Bluegrass 150. You're watching the Bluegrass Truck Series, opening night here at Talladega.
And you know, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. As the super speedways are the great equalizer, in my opinion, is anybody can come up there and run. And I've not seen Hackney do a lot on the asphalt side, so I don't know how he normally does. But Hackney, a dirt driver from everything that I've ever seen, doing a fantastic job, pushing strong on that outside row, and now looking to battle for the lead.
Battle for your race lead, the 22, Charles Barnes has your lead, but here comes Keith Hackney. He's getting a good push by Nathan Mashcroft there in the 5 truck. This race is not over, that's for sure, as it looks like it's going to get wild in the closing laps here out up front. Casey Barlow currently running 3rd. Now alongside the 69 of Keith Hackney. Giving a good push there to Charles Barnes, your race leader.
You got Barlow pushing the race leader of Barnes. Hackney trying to get the run on the outside, but little for naught at the moment as he's got Nathan Mascroft on his pushing him from behind right now. Not quite enough trucks on that outside row at the moment, I don't think, as you see him coming now to try to get back up there. And I may have spoke too soon, as you see Keith Hackney actually scored as the leader right now as they're coming around the triangle.
Keith Hackney trying to get the outside, trying to get that push from Nathan Mascroft. Hackney looked like he led it at the line. Charles Barnes with a good push there from Casey Barlow, the 13 truck. Right behind him is Josh Abbey in the 6. But now, BJ, the top line, it's moving.
That top line is moving, and it is moving quick. Hackney doing a fantastic job through 1 and 2 back there to take that side draft and not lose anything off of the leader. You see him coming back down once again. He's going to try to get the side draft off of Barnes again and try to keep that momentum up, try to keep that speed up. That side draft comes into play massively as Barnes now left out to dry on the inside. That outside road is going to get a huge advantage off of this one.
Casey Barlow goes into pit road. BJ with 12 laps to go. Keith Hackney and Nathan Mascroft, they are up front. Mascroft and Hackney. Hackney with the race lead on the inside, but look at the 15 truck. Give it a good push there. And I believe the 15 truck is a lap down. Michael McCooley there.
He is indeed a lap behind, but still helping the 5 car of Mascroft get up there. And these guys that are still running, I've almost got to wonder if they don't have something up their sleeve. If I was them, I'd almost drop back and try to save fuel at this point, as they did not pit with the initial lead trucks. That's going to, there's a really good chance that's going to hurt them in the long run.
Hackney, Barnes, Terry, your top 3 with 11 laps to go. Casey Barlow, there he is. Just came out from taking his pit stop. With Josh Abbey giving him some push, and there's Bobby Hall Jr. That's 23rd, 24th, and 25th on the board. Meanwhile, down the back straightaway, your lead pack is coming into turn number 3.
These guys are going to have to be pitting soon, more than likely. Some of them calling out that they're pitting now. And there he goes, Keith Hackney and Barnes heading down towards pit road right now. This is gonna mire them back. They're gonna have a long way to go and only 10 laps to do it.
Well, now you got,
and that's gonna move Tyler Peacock up to the lead.
Tyler Peacock on the outside line there in the 81 truck. Chris Blanchard in second in the 19. David Brackett the 38, currently running third, with Adam Newbert there in the 17 truck. Now got Brown, Brackett. Then you got Ed Osborne, CJ Mason, Ron Morris Jr., and Kyle Haben, your top 8. Single file up front. If you're Tyler, when do you pit? Now.
Now,
that's when you pit. Now.
There's your answer, Steve.
And here comes Casey Barlow. There you see Keith Hackney getting back on the track. Down the back straightaway. They go around Keith Hackney.
Hackney with help, though. This is going to allow him to be able to stay with that pack. They've got the pack's got the momentum to go around him right now, but Hackney's going to be able to get a speed up. You see him right there. He's already back up to speed and in contention for this one here, as he's got the 72 of Bobby Matijeski right there in front of him. These guys are going to be trying to push, trying to get their way through. They're going to hook up to the back of the 94 machine of Bobby Hall.
All right, Adam Newbert now back out of pit road. These trucks. Casey Barlow now back to the lead with Josh Abbey and Brad Gibhart, your top 3. Cody Vero there. Currently running 4th with Bobby Hall Jr. in 5th. Then you got Bobby You said it correctly, Baba tried. Say it again.
Matajeski.
There you go. Currently running sixth with Keith Hackney, Wes Wingen, and Robbie Richards, Michael Provolt, and Robbie Richards, your top 10 there.
You see Bobby Hall and Keith Hackney now looking to the outside of this pack. They're going to suck right down against it, trying to get that side draft. They're going to try to work their way back to the front now. Bobby Hall, one of the race leaders from earlier in this race, he's going to try to get that late race charge and get up there with that of Casey Barlow and Josh Abbey. Try to get the run for the lead, go at it here in the last 8 laps of this race.
The top side is Foreman. They're coming. There's Keith Hackney pushing Bobby Hall Jr. There's 4 trucks on the outside, actually 5. The 22 truck.
'22 of Barnes sticking up there, and Hackney goes to the extreme top side with him. This is going to be a bit of a game changer. Not a move I would have made if I was in Hackney's position. I would have tried to stick with that line and get all the way up to the front before I moved out.
7 laps remaining here at Talladega with the Bluegrass Truck Series. Down the back straightaway, Casey Barlow. Now, if you're Josh Abbey and Brad Gebhardt, when do you make that move? The final turn, or do you make it early?
Running up there in the front like this without anybody on the outside, I would wait until the final turn and try to get that slingshot move down the front straightaway coming off of turn number 4 is where I would go for it. I would not aim for anything before. You see Abbey right now pushing Barlow hard from behind, trying to keep that inside line moving forward and away from the outside to allow him room to be able to make that move in the last corner.
Well, with 6 laps to go, let's look a little further back. There's Josh Peacock, currently running in 17th position. Look at them go. They're about 3 wide going back there in the back. That's from 17th all the way to like 26, BJ.
Yeah, we got the inside row running a little bit smarter here, trying to keep nose to tail and get caught up to this pack. They might possibly have enough time to do it if there's a little bit of a check up in this front pack. But those guys running on the outside of them are definitely going to slow them down a little bit and hurt their chances of getting up to the front. You see now we're looking to go 3 wide once again. Keith Hackney to the extreme outside, looking to make a 3 wide battle for the lead here in the last 5 laps of this race.
Your butt kicker 5 to go has Casey Barlow leading with Josh Abbey. Brad Gebhardt in the 44 truck on the inside line, currently running 3rd. Then you have Bobby Hall in the middle line there, with around about 6 cars in that line. Then you got right about 3 cars up top, the very top there, with Keith Hackney and Charles Barnes. How long can those 2 hang up out there?
You know, that one's going to be difficult to say. It all depends on how well that middle line and outside line are able to maintain their line and not move around a whole lot. And if Hackney's able to get right down against them and get that side draft, he might actually be able to take it here on the extreme outside. Those guys are able to carry more speed through the turns than the other 2 rows as long as they're able to get that side draft. You see Hackney sucked right down against the side of Bobby Hall right there, trying to get that air off the side of the 94 machine.
Well, Bobby Hall led that last lap at the line, but here comes Casey Barlow on the inside. Getting a good push from the inside. 3 wide racing up front. Now look at the very top. The 72 machine of Bobby Matajeski up there. Going to try to, well, actually, he popped back down to the middle line. He said that top side ain't working. He got to try something different.
The top side lost their momentum. It looked like down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Bobby Matajeski thought better of it. He moved back down. He's now the 3rd car on the middle row. To the outside row, still managing to hold on, still doing a great job. That middle row really getting the surge forward as Bobby Hall is our current race leader now.
Bobby Hall and the 88 of West Wigan giving them a push.
And here comes some game changers. These guys running 3 wide with 2 lap cars coming in front of them. Where are these guys going to go? This is going to get hairy.
Gotta get hairy. We have not seen the big one yet, and we're hoping not to see it and have a good finish towards the end. Now you look at Casey Barlow. He's starting to inch away from this 2 wide action. Is this what you want to see as the race leader?
As a race leader, absolutely, but not with the lap traffic coming. Can't help but wonder if the 2 outside rows were backing off a little bit. They're trying to spread out a little bit so they can make it past these lap cars. There's still a lap car on the inside, holding up that very inside row, but this is going to work out for Josh Abbey. Abbey's gone, but here comes the wreck, and this is the biggest one we've got so far as Barlow upside down through turns 1 and 2.
Casey Barlow in the 13 truck. Whew. Now that is interesting. Casey Barlow, a top contender here tonight.
I think you went back a bit far there.
Uh-oh. We did. Hold on once. I clicked it one too many times. As you see the big one, or the biggest one we've had tonight.
That's going to involve the 13 of Barlow, the 69 of Hackney. See back here where it all starts. It looks like Barlow in the middle. The 72 of Bobby Matiszewski comes down, clips the right rear of Barlow and turns him up the track, which is what sparks all of that. We got Barlow, Matiszewski, Barnes,
Travis Twitty in a 29 truck there involved.
The 95 of somebody.
That was Michael Provault in the
Also,
95 round.
A whole slew of drivers involved. And that's about as big as it's probably going to get, except for maybe here coming to the checkered flag. This is going to change everything, as that's going to move Josh Abbey up the lead, Brad Gebhardt in second. It's going to change up everything going into the last 3 laps of this race, the last 2 laps by the time they come back.
Definitely. Your caution brought it to you by Blanchard's Towing, sponsoring the cautions this season. Pit stops are underway. But your race leader now, Josh Abbey, Brad Gebhardt, and Cody Varell, your top 3. Don't forget tonight's Hard Chargers by Red Rocket Building and Barbecue. Rocket to the front.
And as of right now, our current hard charger would be that of Ron Morris sitting in 9th. Nope, I take that back. That would be Cody Verrill sitting in 3rd right now, 35th to 3rd.
He's up 32 spots. As we're underneath the caution, let's go ahead and thank those sponsors one more time. Red Rocket Building and Barbecue. Roasted Jim's Coffee, Kinder Performance Group. Blanchard Towing, Service Central, Maine and beyond. Hoffman Designs for sponsoring this season. If you'd like to get on board with the Bluegrass, you can get a hold of Jason on Facebook and get y'all hooked up. 3 series, the Xfinity, the trucks, and the Cup cars.
I tell you what, I personally would like to find is a Gen 6 Cup Series. Nobody's running Gen 6 anymore, and I like the Gen 6 car so much, but nobody wants to do it.
Well, if you like tonight with Truck Series, tomorrow night, the Xfinity 80 laps here at Talladega, and then Wednesday night, the Bluegrass 250 at Talladega, presented to you by Roasted Gems.
And that is going to be an action-packed night that you will not want to miss. The next 2 nights are going to be action-packed nights that you are not going to want to miss. As I believe the lights are going to go out on the pace car.
Oh, yep, they do.
And there they are.
Well, if you were a betting man, you made some money off of that.
Man. I should have been a betting man for just 5 seconds.
Well, that last caution was the biggest so far. Bill Miller says, wreck, Steve. Was the biggest wreck so far. Tough luck. Going to Casey Barlow. Running out up front most of the race. The 72 came down just a tad bit, made a little contact. That was Bobby. As these drivers make that long toe down the back straightaway. You know, dirt track racing, we always say they're looking underneath the skirt. What happens if you upside down? You're not really looking underneath. You're now looking on top of the skirt.
Yeah. I think if you're looking under the skirt of one of these asphalt cars, you or the person you're looking underneath the skirt of has really messed up, because they're more than likely sitting on top of you. But we're going into overtime, green, white, checkered. It's going to be 2 laps once the green flag drops to name a winner. If you're not familiar with asphalt racing, or, well, I guess racing in general, because we now finally have that on the dirt side. I say finally, but it's been over a year now. But if you're not familiar with the green, white, checkered, if the caution comes out within 1 lap, there's a wreck within the first lap after the green flag drops, so we'll line them back up, do it again. If they come around, take the white flag, and there's a wreck. We got a truck wrecking now, actually. But anyway, if there's a wreck after the trucks take the white flag, they will race it back to the line.
That was Michael Provault there. Not too sure what happened to him.
Not sure either. We are ready to come back to green, and there it waves. Trucks holding back a really late start, side by side, dead even start for the leaders.
If you're Gebhardt, do you try to get around Abby now and go to the bottom? Or do you stay up there on the top side, you make the 48 of Robbie Richards push the living crap out of you? What do you do? Look at Robbie now to the outside of Abby.
Well, there's an answer for you. I would have stayed tucked in, as you see Abby now trying to look around, and there's a wreck behind. Green flag staying out as they are off the racing surface.
Coming
Abby.
Out. Yeah.
Look.
Abby continues to lead, coming in down the tri-oval with Cody Verrill in that second spot. But here comes the outside line with the 48 of Robbie Richards. Final lap. 1 to go. BJ, bring us home.
Robbie Richards, a name we haven't heard all night, at least not since I've been in here. He's battling for the lead now on the outside, doing a great job. He's actually got the momentum there through turns 1 and 2, and we just heard big wreck going on behind. White flag is out there. There will not be a caution. Here comes Richards to the inside. Richards now going to pull down in front of Abby. Big wreck going on. They're still going into turn number 3. The entire lead pack just about, except for the top 5 cars involved in that one.
Coming down to the tri-oval, BJ. Do they have anything for Richards?
It's not looking like it is Richards out of nowhere. Oh, and here comes Abby. So close. Richards able to pull it off, though. An incredible race and a last-second effort from Richards to come home with the unofficial win at this point. What a run as we have drivers getting ready to come to the staging area for their interviews.
Let's take a look at this. Josh Peacock there in the 81 truck. Got a little help. Go to the outside wall. And this is something you really don't want to see going into the final turn when you see it so close. That lead. Gebhardt involved.
And that was the big one on the last lap with no chance of a caution coming out. Drivers flying everywhere, trucks flying all over the place.
Tough luck for those drivers, BJ. We're fixing to have post-race interviews coming up.
As we are waiting for drivers to make it to the staging area.
Give it up for Robbie Richards picking up the win tonight in the 48 truck. Josh Abbey in the 06. He gave it all he had.
I am hoping that these guys come up here.
All right. Well, you know what? We already got Josh Abbey there, so let's go ahead and bring him up. Josh coming down to the checkered. Coming home in second. A good hard-fought battle there for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen the replay just yet. I waited too long to make a move. I feel like I should have waited, or I should have done something maybe out of 4, but I wanted to get one last shove before see what the 11's at, and just came up short.
Definitely. I mean, that truck, you had it pinned down. You were pushing people all night, giving them, you were in the front pack there. You avoided the wrecks. Now the Talladega's out of the way. And you have that second place finish. That's a good points night. What's the next hurdle down the schedule for you? Or is this the one that's now out of the way, outside, out of mind, and you're all good to go?
No, I want to win, man. I'm not happy with second whatsoever. I'm actually kind of really mad because, like you said, stay up front, named the game, the strategy, what I wanted to do all night. I was able to finally get with Casey. I talked to Casey sometime last week, and I said, hey, I wanted to, if we can team up, let's go for it. Lap car kind of shuffled all out of the way, and then we found out we're in the lead, and then, like I said, it just getting a win. That's the build off of this P2. I'll take the points. Don't get me wrong. I think it was P3 in the stage. So I'll take the points. Going to next week, I think it's Auto Club, and see if we just can't put her in victory lane next week.
Well, what's one of the worst tracks coming up on this schedule that you've really got to get it dialed in for?
Probably road course. I don't have the schedule memorized. I suck at road courses, so I'll put some little extra effort working that. Maybe steal some points and just keep building. Get playoffs, man. It's all about making the playoffs at the end and being there at the end and get to that Final Four and take on the trophy and the money.
Well, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors for making it all possible for you tonight.
Man, I really got to thank Sharon O'Shine. It's been a great journey with them. You guys put on the broadcast, Jason put on League Bluegrass, all the other sponsors that put on the league itself, Martin Sports, 906.com. There's so many other people. 79 Designs, Elite Performance Industries, White Knuckle Esports, all my teammates at Sharon O'Shine in general, Quest Tech Precision, Unitas Construction. And whenever I get a chance, I got to thank the wife. Happy wife, happy life. She lets me do this. So I got to thank her very much. And yeah, man, all these people helped me with this little journey I got going on.
All right. Josh, Abby, did I say that correct, right?
Yes, Abby.
All
yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir.
I probably renamed you a couple times, so that's okay. You don't mind a few extra names, do you?
No worries. It happens in the beginning. It happens. I ain't worried about it.
All right, buddy. Good luck, and hope to see you next Monday night.
Absolutely, yes, sir. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll talk to you next week in Victor Lane.
Yes, sir. All right, BJ. I think you caught up with our third place finisher tonight.
And I have indeed caught up with third place finisher of Cody Verrill in the number 11 machine. Cody, what a run to get up there.
It was intense.
So there, you started 35th. You made your way up into third. Walk us through a little bit of your strategy, your game plan going into this to make it up there.
The biggest thing is patience and trying to not wreck myself like I did last year many times.
Well,
he did.
Well, let me ask you this real quick. So, which track would you say is the toughest for you to perform at?
Nashville Super Speedway's tough. I like the shorter tracks because I'm a short track racer.
You're a short track racer, so you got Talladega over with. Where there were some big wrecks, but not like the big wrecks. You survived it. You got the points, and that's all you're looking for is points to dial you up for the championship run, right?
Yeah, my goal is just to be better than last year and hopefully make it into the playoff spots and go from there.
Well, definitely a top 3 finish, not bad tonight. Back to you, BJ.
I lost my train of thought there. So on that green white checkered there, a lot of mayhem going on. What was your thought working through that last green white checkered?
I was just gonna ride it out and help the 06 of Abby and try to get him out there and get the best finish for him. I had no intentions of getting top 3.
Well, you did a fantastic job. You pulled it off. You got that third place position. That's going to put you in good standings here in the points going into the rest of the season. Does that put you in high hopes for the season, or feeling like it was more of a lucky break?
Hopefully it turns everything around for a good season. I gotta thank David Brackett for helping me out last year with everything. And hopefully we do something this year.
Alrighty, well, I know you already thanked one. I'm gonna let you thank anybody else you've got.
Oh,
if there is anybody else,
there ain't really anybody else right now, anyways.
Alrighty, well, fantastic job. Congratulations on your third place finish.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one.
You too. Alright, and I believe Steve has caught up with Robert Richards.
All right, Robert Richards coming home, picking up the win tonight. I mean, on the last lap down the front straightaway, did you think coming to the checkered you had anything for Josh Abbey?
Oh yeah, man. I don't know. I can't remember who the guy was behind me, man, but he was giving me the hell of a push all the way down the back straightaway. Oh, for a second there, I thought we were losing the run. I didn't think the line formed up enough. But it took, and we started making progress, man. As soon as I got clear, I made sure I got down and got in front of him. And wasn't much for him. He couldn't really do too much as far as going anywhere wise. And it all played out in the end. At first, there, I didn't think I had the line formed up enough to actually be able to get a run for him.
Well, you were up 16 spots in the start of the race like that. And really, we did see you up front until the end of the race. Was you just hanging it back towards most time, or?
Yeah, man. We came in here, dude, with me and the guys from Misfits. We came in here. We wasn't too worried about stage points tonight, being it's the first race, Talladega, all the mayhem going on with it. We didn't really care too much about stage points tonight. We just wanted to make it to the end, and to basically just staying out of trouble there. And once the last set of green flag pit stops come in, I made sure I pit with a good group, what I thought was a good group, and that actually get me up with the front of the pack. And then the caution came out. We had some guys pit, put me up to fourth, and we was able to do so there.
Definitely. In points, I mean, this is good for the later on winning tonight. Hopefully it'll set you up for maybe a good championship run at the end of the season here. The tracks coming up, which one would you rate? Would you rate this your worst track, or which track would you rate the worst that you really got to work on in the near future?
Road courses.
So that's everybody. So if, you got to think, me and BJ's new here, and we come to a road course, who do we got to put our eyes on?
Oh, man. I know Brad Gabehart's pretty good. There's a few of them. There's a lot of new guys, man. I don't know how they run. There's a few of them. I ain't there really names that stand out to the top of my head because I've always been in the back of the road courses. So I don't ever pay attention, man. I do more off-roading more than I do stay on the track. So, I mean, I don't ever really get, by the end of the night, I'm so frustrated with it. I don't really pay attention to it. But there's quite a few guys here that's good. There's guys that's come in that's probably good. So it's up in the air, man. I don't know yet. I just know I got to do a lot of work to get, be able to at least contend. If I could get a top 20 out of it, man, I'll be happy with that.
Well, definitely. And we will look forward to that, especially since now you said you consider that one of your weakest tracks, road courses like that. We definitely hope you the best luck in the future. But right now, you need to thank your sponsors who made it all possible for you tonight, sir.
Oh, yeah, man. I want to thank Kinder Performance, Butt Kicker, Blanchard's Towing, Huffman, the Bluegrass, you guys here in the booth, Jason for putting it on, guys in Misfits, Joey, Chris Blanchard, Taylor Peacock, all those guys, man. We had a plan and it just didn't work out for them guys. I think they pitted too late, but they were going to be there. And want to thank all of them. I think we punched our way into the playoffs automatically with the win. I don't remember how the rules work there. Pretty sure that is how the rules work, though. So we're going to keep up with the momentum and keep on going strong with it.
Well, good luck next Monday night, sir. We look forward to you seeing how well you do. Hey, you know what? The momentum's on your side going next week. That's for sure.
That is true. We started off strong, man. It's kind of crazy because I raced here Friday night and coming to the win there, got turned. So it's kind of redemption. I'm not a very, big on super speedway racing, but my opinion, I made the right choices, I guess, and it worked out.
All right, definitely. Congratulations, sir. Go enjoy your victory.
Oh, yeah, we are. We're going to definitely enjoy it.
All right, everyone. That's Robert Richards picking up the win tonight. All right, BJ. Let's say this. First off, let's go ahead and thank those sponsors one more time tonight. The Red Rocket Building Barbecue sponsored the Hard Charger. And that's
Barrel, I believe.
Yeah, it's the Red Rocket to the Front Hard Charger Award. And I believe it goes out to Ron Morris, Cody Verrill with 32 spots. Cody Verrill picking up the Hard Charger tonight. Well, definitely want to thank Red Rocket, Brian Terry, for doing that. And then all the other fine sponsors, the Roasted Gems Coffee, Kinder Performance Group, Butt Kicker, Feel What You've Been Missing, Blanchard's Towing, Serving Central Maine and beyond. You can call them at 207-817-0105 and Hoffman Designs. Well, BJ, what did you take away from tonight? Tomorrow night, Xfinity, what do you expect?
That race there in the trucks turned out to be an extremely clean race for a normal Talladega. I am excited to see what tomorrow and Wednesday are going to bring us.
Definitely. I mean, action-packed, that's for sure. And don't forget Thursday night. It's their Pro Late Models, the Dirt Side Championship night. Could Jesse Jondred pick up the championship, the inaugural championship of the Bluegrass iRacing Series Fixed Pro Late Models presented to you by Majority Speed Shop. Only time can tell. Tune in tomorrow night to UDTV as we have the Xfinity Cup, or Xfinity Series. And then Wednesday night we have the Cup Series and then the Pro Late Models. You know, we had a lot of good racing tonight. We saw some wrecks. It wasn't like the gigantic wreck as a lot of people expected, but we saw some pretty decent wrecks. And we saw some good hard racing, BJ. I'm Steve McMillan along with BJ Duvall. We will say good night, God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow night.